what you talking about. There's still something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less.
I'm a gentleman, baby.
First opened back in 2008. There's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. Here's the rookie out of Clemson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Throwing Nix. Oh, his first throw in his playoff matchup is intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. In motion left is Mitchell. Here's Richardson to throw. Got his open man. It's Mallory. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good for our Colts.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Again, it'll be Taylor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th and goal.
Richardson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and the Bronco defense comes up big. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it?
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Working out of the gun is Nix. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. To throw is Nix. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Nix from the shotgun. Got his man, it's Dulcich. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Nix. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Nix once more. Short throw caught by Dulcich. Fights off the defender. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
To throw, here's Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Nix. intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Shifts by him. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. He'll get this one to Pittman. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
Here's 3rd and 6. Richardson looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Richardson. That is caught. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a tap forward by Richardson. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Richardson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
Richardson. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Here, Richardson yet again. And this complete to Mitchell. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
First comes in to the 12-yard line.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. And Richardson completes a quick one out wide. So the completion gets him just a yard. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pushing his way through. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Got his man, it's Bo Melton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there, that shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Nix to the air. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 26. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Nix to throw again. This one swung out to Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing Nix. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Greg Dulcich from 13 yards out. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score, Colts 14, Broncos 7. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Throwing to start the drive. Nix. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Broncos 7.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the running a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Running left, Taylor. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, Can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a 3-possession game.
Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Working out of the gun is Nix. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
He finds his man, complete. It's Franklin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Nix looking to throw again. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. Lutz good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving.
There he goes left side. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
That's taken in by Dulcich. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Now it's Nix. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. Here's Nix once more.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Nix from the shotgun. And now here's another interception. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he'll be out right at the 35. 132 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. Back to Taylor on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's the pick number 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Running straight ahead, Taylor. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Here's Richardson to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Richardson looking to throw this. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A give for Taylor running right side. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, 32 yards. And the Colts are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And a nice gain at 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Nix. And my goodness, another interception. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so you don't get another one picked off.
19 yards there on the catch and run. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now a 2nd and 10. They run. It's Mitchell. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, Richardson. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, Charles, I know you appreciate seeing this great defense, especially with the heightened intensity of the postseason. These two defenses, they have risen to the occasion to force back-to-back interceptions.
You know me well, Brandon. I always stand with my fellow defenders. And I love watching them make plays, and you nailed it. It's playoff time. This is when it matters most.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. To throw is Nix. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, here's Nix. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nix. He's able to find Melton. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On play action, here's Nix. Out route complete to Dulcich. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. Back to the air with Nix. And now here is another interception. And the Colts are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not from him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On the handoff, this is Taylor. A solid stiff arm. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. That's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT to get off the field.
How about the layers of intrigue that continue to get added as we watch this game unfold? Both offenses, they're a little bit discouraged with how their drives ended. How will each respond now and can either mount another positive series that ends in points for their team?
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively? And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Colts come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.
Broski, yummy. I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in it, she just made a big. I got rolling over. Speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my they say yeah.
I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow, harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures of it.
Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries to the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She burst into me like an athlete. She took with the G's, then she know it. Yeah. It's eyes on the prize, I can't live life in disguise. Cause bro recognize